Glass shatters downstairs and I'm already moving before the scream finishes tearing through the storm. My name's Constance Hart, 62 years old, and I stopped being afraid of violent men the night I buried my husband. Rain lashes the windows as I grip the banister, my knuckles screaming, not from arthritis this time, but the memory of William's hands around Hazel's throat last Thanksgiving. Thunder shakes the house like God himself is pissed off. Downstairs, Hazel whimpers. My slippered feet hit the cold hardwood, running toward the crash of overturned furniture. The poker's still leaning against the fireplace where I left it, always within reach these days. Always. The doorknob rattles with unnatural force. My breath fogs in the sudden chill as the temperature drops. William's voice snarls through the wood. "Open the damn door, Hazel." My fingers find cold iron. Let him come. Glass shatters downstairs, and my body moves before my brain catches up, heartbeats slamming against my ribs like it's trying to escape. My name is Constance Hart, 62 years old, widow, and the only thing standing between Hazel and the monster who married her. Rain sheets against the cabin windows as I grab the fireplace poker, cool iron biting into my palm. Thunder cracks loud enough to rattle my bones as I register the sound that woke me. Not the storm, but Hazel's muffled scream drowning in it. I stumble into the hallway, my old hips protesting every rush step. The past 6 months flash behind my eyes, William's knuckles brushing Hazel's cheekbone at the family barbecue, the way she flinched when car doors slammed too loud, the bruises she tried hiding with turtlenecks in July. I should have dragged her out of that marriage the first time he looked at her. But tonight's different. Tonight the front door groans under what sounds like a battering ram. "Open up, you old witch." William's voice slurs through the wood, liquor-thick and violent. "Hazel, I know you're in there." Glass crunches under boots in the living room below. My blood freezes. Hazel was supposed to be asleep in the guest room. Chipped blue paint flakes off the banister as I grip it hard enough to bruise, leaning over the stairwell. Below me, William staggers past a shattered window, blood streaking his forearm from where he'd punched through the pane. His eyes dart like a feral animal's, pupils swallowing the hazel irises I'd once found handsome on the boy who brought my daughter flowers. Hazel presses herself against the kitchen wall, her strawberry blonde braid coming undone. 23 years old and trembling like a hunted rabbit. "Will, please," he lunges, slamming her against the refrigerator door so hard it rattles the magnets shaped like pine trees. My dead husband bought those magnets. I'm halfway down the stairs when William snarls, "Stop lying to me. I found the bank statements. The trust fund from your grandma matures today." My socked feet slip on the bottom step, but I regain balance just as Hazel whimpers, "There is no money." "Bullshit." William presses his forearm against her throat. Her fingers scrabble at his wrist as he tightens the pressure. "I've got debts, Hazel. Tonight, they'll kill me if I don't pay." Something in me snaps. I move like I'm 20 again, like bone cancer hasn't been eating my hips for the last year. The poker arcs upward. "Coward." It connects with William's shoulder with a crack that echoes louder than the thunder. He howls, releasing Hazel as he whirls on me. Rage twists his face into something inhuman as I shove Hazel behind me with my free arm. "You ruined it." William spits blood onto the braided rug my daughter made. Always interfering, she's my wife. She's my family. The poker trembles in my hands, but not from fear. "Touch her again and I swear to God." William laughs, high and brittle. "You think that poker scares me?" He reaches into his waistband, metal glinting as he pulls out a hunting knife. "Hazel, give me the account numbers now, or I'll make your precious Constance bleed sideways." Hazel's trembling fingers dig into my shoulder. A choked sob escapes her as she whispers, "I'm sorry, Connie, I'm so sorry." I glance back just long enough to see her hand pressed against her stomach, the heel of her palm cradling something in her sweatshirt pouch. Too flat for a phone, too rigid for a wallet. My stomach drops even before I spot the corner of white plastic jutting from her pocket, the kind with 2 pink lines. "Oh, my girl," I breathe, and in that split second of distraction, William lunges. The blade flashes. I jerk sideways, but fire erupts along my forearm. Blood blooms through my flannel sleeve like ink spreading on paper. Hazel screams my name. "Should have given me what I wanted." William raises the knife again, my fingers cramp around the poker. "Please, Robert, if you're watching from wherever souls go, guide my hand." Then I see it. Tucked beneath the edge of the coffee table where I left it last night, Glenn's old revolver loaded for bears. "Don't," William snarls, following my gaze, but I'm already moving. The gun's grip slots into my palm like it was made for me. Hazel shouts something drowned out by thunder. William charges. I squeeze the trigger. The blast leaves my ears ringing. Smoke curls from the barrel. William staggers back, clutching his ear, blood dripping between his fingers. He blinks at me like he's seeing me for the first time, like the woman who taught him to make pancake batter could really pull the trigger. Then Hazel screams again, raw and gut deep, and the lights go out. The silence after the gunshot feels thicker than the smoke curling from the revolver's barrel. My ears ring like church bells at a funeral. William clutches his ear, blood seeping through his fingers as he stumbles back into the credenza. Hazel's scream still hangs in the air between us, sharp as broken glass. "It's okay, honey," I say, lowering the gun, my voice steadier than my hands. I aimed away from anything vital. William slides down the wall, leaving a smear of red on the wallpaper Hazel helped me hang last spring. "You shot me." His voice cracks, disbelief warping into rage. "My own mother-in-law. You stopped being family when you put hands on her." My breath hitches as pain licks up my arm. William's knife must have cut deeper than I realized. Blood soaks through my sleeve, dripping onto the braided rug. Hazel rushes to my side, pressing a dish towel against the wound. "She promised," I whisper, more to myself than anyone. Hazel's eyes snap up to mine, wide and wet. "Promised what?" "Your mother." The words taste like dust and regret. "On her deathbed. You were barely 7. I swore I'd keep you safe no matter what." Hazel's breath catches. "But Lainey was my best friend long before you were born." I grip her wrist, feeling her pulse rabbit fast beneath my fingers. "Your mother knew what my own daughter was marrying. She begged me to watch over you when," I swallow hard, "when Lainey couldn't anymore." William lets out a bitter laugh, dragging himself upright. "Safe, look at her, Connie, tied to a dead-end job, hiding here like a scared kid. You did that," I snap. Hazel flinches as my voice rises. "The gambling, the loans, those men who came to her apartment last month." "You think I didn't see the black van?" William freezes. "How do you? I followed you." The confession scrapes my throat raw. 3 weeks ago, saw you at that backroom poker den downtown. $200,000 owed by Dawn, wasn't it? And when you couldn't pay, he won't meet my eyes. Hazel's hand flies to her mouth. "The men with the snake tattoos, they weren't repo agents like you said." William's silence cracks open the room. Thunder booms outside as Hazel's fingers curl around the tiny plastic stick in her sweatshirt pocket. Her thumb strokes the faint outline like a talisman. She looks at me, tears spilling over. "Connie, my heart sinks. "Oh, sweet girl, how far along?" 8 weeks. Her whisper could shatter glass. "I found out yesterday. I was going to tell you after." William lurches toward us. "You're pregnant?" His face cycles through shock, hope, and sickening calculation. "That changes everything." "The baby, they won't hurt me if I've got a kid coming. Family's sacred to those guys. Those guys trafficked the Kovacs' daughter when her father missed payments." The words rip out of me. "You think they'd blink at taking Hazel to settle your debt?" I fumble in my apron pocket for the amber pill bottle, morphine tablets I've hoarded from endless oncology visits. The label blurs in my vision. Constance Hart, stage IV metastatic breast cancer. Hazel grabs my wrist. "What are these?" "Insurance." I force a smile, pocketing them again. "The money you asked about, it's not in a trust fund." "But Grandma Ellery left me?" $87,000, yes. I nod toward the loose floorboard beneath the china cabinet. It's still there, been adding to it whenever I could. William's eyes light up with predatory hunger, but Hazel just stares at me, dawning horror in her eyes. "You've been skimming your treatment money?" "What treatments?" A bitter laugh escapes me. "The cancer's in my bones now. Throwing cash at chemo would just buy me a few miserable months. But you," I cup her face, ignoring the sting in my arm, "you could raise that baby somewhere safe. Maybe Oregon, they've got good schools out west." Behind Hazel, William makes a strangled noise. "You were going to steal my kid?" I yank the poker from the floorboards where it fell. "Get in the basement." "What?" "Basement, now." I level the revolver at his chest. Hazel tugs open the root cellar door beneath the stairs, the one with the rusted bolt only operable from the outside. "You're insane." William stumbles back. "Those loan sharks are already on their way. They'll burn this place down around." A car door slams outside. Hazel freezes. Phone light spills through the broken window as voices murmur in the driveway. "Thought we told you Dawn, Billy boy." A man's voice, deep and lethal, cuts through the storm. William lunges for Hazel's phone protruding from her back pocket. He types frantically before hurling it across the room. "I just texted them the cabin's address. They'll torch it unless we pay." Hazel slams the cellar door on his desperate pleas. The bolt screeches into place as fists hammer the front door. "We know you're in there, Billy. Open up or we'll skin your wife alive." Hazel sags against me, trembling. I pull her toward the kitchen. "Storm cellar behind the pantry. Go." "Not without you." Need to buy time. I scoop my pills into her hand. Crush these in water if the pain gets too bad while hiding. Don't come out until the world tilts. My knees buckle as white-hot pain explodes across my ribs, not from the knife wound, but the tumors gnawing my spine. Hazel catches me before I hit the linoleum. Connie, through the haze, I glimpse the spilled morphine vial rolling toward the fridge. Footsteps thunder on the porch. The front door splinters. Hazel sobs, cradling my head. Distant voices shout commands. Tear the place apart. My fingers brush the adoption papers folded in my apron, the ones I never got to show her. Darkness creeps in at the edges, sweet and cold. Live for her, Hazel, I whisper. Live for, the kitchen door crashes open. Hazel screams, and the world winks out. Glass shatters downstairs, and I'm barreling toward the kitchen before Hazel's choked scream finishes echoing through the cabin, 62 years old and moving like I've still got fire in these bones. Rain hammers the roof as I skid into the doorway, heart slamming against my ribs. William's got Hazel pinned against the refrigerator, her cheek pressed to a magnetic photo of her late mother. My dead best friend smiles from that picture while her son-in-law snarls, "Where's the money, Hazel?" like some furious wolf bred wrong. Hazel's eyes lock with mine over his shoulder, cornflower blue and terrified, and that's when I see the fresh bruise blooming on her jaw. I grab the poker leaning against the hearth, iron cold as a January grave. "Get your hands off her, William." He turns, pupils blown wide from whatever poison he's courting tonight. "Stay out of this, Connie." The words reek of bourbon and desperation. "This is between me and my wife. My house." The poker trembles not from fear but bone-deep fury. "My rules." I step between them, shoving Hazel behind me with my free arm. Her fingers dig into the back of my sweater like she's 5 years old again and I'm walking her to first grade. William's gaze drops to the ugly scar twisting across my left forearm, the one he gave me last Easter when I blocked his fists from reaching her. "How many times we doing this dance?" He laughs, sharp and mean, circling like a starving predator. "You're not her mother." "No," I say, tightening my grip. "But I promised the woman who was that I'd cut out the rot before it took her daughter too." Thunder shakes the windows as Hazel whimpers. "He needs the inheritance money, Connie." "Grandma's trust?" William lunges. The poker catches him square in the solar plexus. He stumbles back, wheezing, but recovers faster than he should. That's the problem with William, cobra reflexes and the morals of a tick. "Should have died with your husband." He spits blood on the rug Glenn bought me for our 20th anniversary. "Would have saved me the trouble of," he doesn't finish. Hazel screams as he yanks the knife from his boot. Blades always were his favorite toys. I push her toward the stairs. "Run, baby, run," but the tip grazes my bicep before I can dodge. Hot blood blooms through my flannel. Too close. "You're gonna wish I killed you slow?" William advances, the knife gleaming like a crooked smile. My back hits the coffee table. Cold metal brushes my fingertips beneath the edge, Glenn's revolver, still loaded from last month's bear scare. Hazel shouts something drowned by thunder. William's knife arcs down, the gunshot splits the world. Smoke curls from the barrel. William staggers, clutching his ear, blood ribboning through his fingers. His mouth falls open, shocked the old lady actually pulled it. Hazel's scream rends the air as the lights flicker and die. Comment where you're watching this and what time it is. This next scene changes everything. Darkness swallows us whole. William's breathing rasps to my left. Hazel hyperventilates somewhere near the stairs. The metallic tang of blood mixes with rain-wet earth blowing through the shattered window. Boots crunch glass. Thought you loved me," William chokes out. I steady the gun in both hands, sighting where his voice came from. "Loved the boy who brought my daughter wildflowers." My thumb cocks the hammer. "You buried that kid years ago." Pain lances up my spine, not from the knife wound, but the tumors gnawing my vertebrae. I bite back a whimper. Outside, tires screech on gravel. Hazel whimpers, "Connie," then William moves. The knife clatters to the floorboards as he lunges, not at me but toward Hazel's silhouette in the gloom. Something white flutters from her pocket as he grabs her. A plastic stick with 2 pink lines. Oh God, no. Lightning forks through the windows, freezing them in tableau. William's hand fisted in Hazel's hair, Hazel gripping her belly, me with a gun trained on the man whose child she carries. Time stops. William's bloody lips stretch into a grotesque smile. "You gonna shoot me in front of your grandbaby, Connie?" The front door explodes inward. To be continued.